You feel it. A conversation turns, a plan breaks, and the spiral begins. Blame, frustration. You replay it, you obsess over it, and you feel the one thing they want you to feel. Powerless. A victim in a story you're supposed to be writing. They told you feeling this deeply makes you human. That's a lie. It makes you controllable. What if I told you that you could sever that chain instantly with a cold, simple strategy you can execute anywhere? This isn't about pretending you don't feel. It's about mastering what you feel and turning that toxic, reactive energy into pure leverage. Do not look away, because that is exactly what we're about to forge. That feeling of powerlessness has a name. It's a psychological trap engineered in the 1960s called the drama triangle. It's the game you're forced to play without ever being told the rules. And in this prison, there are only three roles. First, there is the victim. This is the state of surrender, the mindset that life happens to you. It is the foundation of weakness. Then, there is the persecutor. This is the enemy you can see, the one the victim blames for their chains. The persecutor keeps the focus on the problem, on the wound, on what is wrong. And finally, there is the rescuer, the false hero who swoops in to fix things, reinforcing the victim's helplessness and feeding on their own need to be needed. He doesn't solve the problem, he perpetuates it. You play all these roles. You complain to a friend, victim. They get angry for you, persecutor. And another tells you what to do, rescuer. You're just switching masks in the same draining theatrical performance of weakness. Remaining in this triangle is not just exhausting, it is strategic suicide. It traps you in a cycle of toxic energy, your focus chained to problems, to what has gone wrong. This is a reactive state, defined by anxiety, frustration, and the slow death of your own power. You are waiting for the persecutor to apologize, waiting for the rescuer to deliver salvation. But to live this way is to surrender your own authority. You are not the driver, you are cargo, thrown around by every turn in the road. It cripples your growth, it fuels chronic stress, it makes you predictable, and predictability makes you weak. But what if you could seize the wheel, not in a day, not in an hour, but in a single, deliberate breath? The shift from victim to architect begins with one conscious, physical act of war against your own nervous system. It is a breathing protocol known as the Physiological Sigh. Research from neuroscientists has confirmed it is the fastest known method to deliberately kill your body's stress response in real time. Before you react, before you blame, before you spiral into predictable weakness, you do this. One deep inhale through the nose. Hold it. Take a second, shorter inhale to force the lungs to their absolute limit. Then, a long, controlled, complete exhale through the mouth. Do it now. Inhale deep. Another sharp intake, and a slow, complete release. 1 to 3 of these. That is all it takes. The double inhale inflates the smallest air sacs in your lungs, forcing you to offload the maximum amount of carbon dioxide. This sends an unmistakable signal to your brain. Activate the parasympathetic nervous system. It is your biological brake. It slows your heart. It rips you out of fight, flight, or freeze. And in that moment, it creates a sliver of space. It creates choice. That moment of choice, that is where your empire is built. When you execute this reset, you interrupt the emotional spiral. You don't just step out of the victim role. You obliterate it. You step into its antithesis, the architect. An architect is not obsessed with problems. They are obsessed with outcomes. The victim says, "Why is this happening to me?" The architect asks, "What will I build from this?" This is the shift from blame to absolute ownership. You stop seeing challenges as things happening to you and start seeing them as raw materials happening for you. for you to shape, for you to leverage. The architect's mindset is driven by mission, focused by vision. You seize control of your results because you understand your destination is forged only by your own hands. You will still face problems, but your focus remains ruthlessly fixed on your next move in the empire you intend to build. This shift from victim to architect is the most critical evolution you will ever make. It is a muscle. It requires discipline. If you are ready to go deeper, to dismantle these patterns in your own life, I have created a strategic document, the Architect Shift Worksheet. It is a battle plan. The link is in the description. Download it, study it, execute it. Toxic drama is a game for pawns. It loses all power when you refuse to make a move on their board. You're not a character in their pathetic story. You have an internal kill switch, and now you know how to use it. The next time you feel the pull of frustration, the urge to react, to explain, to blame, remember this strategy. Take one physiological sigh, interrupt the pattern, and in the silence you create, choose. Choose to be the architect of your peace, the master of your energy, and the ruler of your own life. Say it in the comments right now. My reaction is a choice I no longer give away. If this was valuable, subscribe and turn on notifications. The war for your mind is constant, and your training has just begun.